swear I don't know what is going on with my phone and my camera. So hi, welcome to Traffic Ramblings with Jonathan. I'm not sure if this is the second video I've shot or if there's just something weird going on. So anyway, talking about cars that I've owned, cars that I would love to own, and going right back to the two Skylarks that I owned. I bought one of them as a 76 Skylark hatchback that it originally had the 3.8 liter Oddfire V6 in it. And I took that motor out and I put it into my 79 Buick Skylark and drove it around for a while until something else drastic happened to it and I decided I needed to have reliable transportation. But the 76 I had bought to put a 354 barrel Buick in that I had rescued out of a junkyard. And nothing ever really came of that because I realized that even though this car was heavy enough to actually handle the engine, the frame in it wasn't strong enough, and I wasn't well versed enough in building cars like that to just, slap a high performance, high torque engine in it and expect it to be okay. So yeah, and it wound up selling that and bought a 1978 Regal Coupe with another 3.8 liter Buick V6 in it, and stuffing that Buick 350 into that car, even though it was never ever intended to have a Buick small block V8 in it. Now keep in mind, this is not the Chevy small block V8. This is, I call it a small block only because it's only slightly smaller than the 455s and the 400s. These engines are massive if you've never seen one. But anyway, so my next real car that I had that I drove on a daily basis, I didn't drive my 78 on a daily basis. It was too much of a gas pig, and there were instances where it was not ideal to drive, like when it was raining. So I financed my first car. I say I bought it. I financed my first car. It was a 1991 Olds Cutlass Supreme International 3.4 liter 4-valve V6. And I kind of liked the car. I just wish it had something else under the hood besides that awful 3.4 liter 4-cam V6. This thing, oh God, and it's starting to rain. Yay, rain. I really need to pay attention to what I'm doing because there's water on the road and I don't want to hydroplane. But anyway, this 91 Cutlass Supreme that I had and this horrible V6, yeah, sure, thing had plenty of power, but I was constantly putting alternators on it, and I did the alternator twice within about a year and a half, and then I turned around and I had to do the timing belt on it, and I said, you know what, this is enough. As much as I liked the car, I didn't like what was under the hood of the car. It was problematic. It didn't get great gas mileage, even though it had a 4-speed automatic in it and overdrive, and it was a fairly aerodynamic body. I don't know what its problem was other than it was typical 90s GM POS. The electrics on it worked great, which was amazing considering when it came out, which leads me to my next car. I traded it back in, and I got a 1996 Buick Regal Grand Sport Coupe. And I think we were taking my mom's LeSabre up to the local Buick dealership to have some work done to it, and I just happened to see this car sitting on the lot, and it's like, that's the car I wish had been on the lot when I saw my Cutlass. So I came back up later and I brought my Cutlass with me, and we did a deal, and my payments went up slightly, but I was so much happier. Oh my goodness, I love that Grand Sport. I wish I'd have never traded it off. I traded it off, and I bought a 2001 Dodge Ram Quad Cab with a 360 V8, and this is the first and the only truck I have ever owned, and I will never own another truck as a daily driver, because it wasn't me. I'd much rather be nimble and, you know, have more control over my vehicle than that. So I bought this thing, and I started cleaning it up and doing this and doing that. And again, it was a mid-90s GM product. It had its issues, mostly in the fact that the interior trim was horrible in it. But, you know, I didn't care. I was in a Buick. It had a 3.8 liter in it. It got great gas mileage for what it was. You know, it was a front-wheel drive V6, huge V6, but it was reliable as the sun. I think the worst thing I ever had to do to this car was put the brakes on it. And of course, you know, this has been close to 20 years ago, and I might be remembering this thing out of, you know, with rose tinted glasses, which, by the way, I used to have rose tinted glasses. This really is turning into a ramble today. Like I said, I need to plan these things out a little bit better. But anyway, I bought a whole bunch of stuff. I painted this, I did that, and I miss that car. I would love to have another one if I could find another coupe. Now let me just say this, those Regal coupes, they aren't common. I think the closest one that I found to me for sale currently is up in Michigan or Wisconsin. I can't remember where it was at. It was so far away from where I'm at that me buying it wasn't going to happen. So, you know, there's a car that I miss. And then we had that 2001 Dodge Ram Quad Cab. Oh my God, the gas miles on that thing absolutely sucked. It passed everything but a gas station. Tow everything, so long as you didn't go past the gas station. And while it was reliable and it got me around, it never fit. I never fit into it. I mean, it wasn't me. It wasn't the kind of vehicle that I would want to own. So I ended up trading it off, and I got my first Mazda. Bought a 2003 Mazda 6i, which is a little 4-cylinder version, and absolutely fell in love with it. Those cars I can't say enough good things about them. But anyway, it's coming up on my time limit, so we're going to cut it off here. And, you know, if y'all like what I have to say, like listening to my voice, and I know I ramble and I don't talk, I stutter, I say and a lot. So, you know, if y'all like what you hear, what you see, you know, what we have, and I would love to hear from y'all too. You know, comment, because that's going to be how y'all get in touch with me mostly, unless you want to get on my Facebook, which is Traffic Ramblings, my Instagram, which is Traffic Ramblings. I'm on Twitter at Traffic Ramblin 1, RAMBLIN 1, and I'm going to have a link below for referral cars, which is where you can put a sticker in the back of your car and you can make a little extra cash as you drive to work and back every day. So we're going to cut it here. Y'all have a good day. Keep it safe, keep it between the lines, and see you later. Bye.